emotional person. To see those guys here is overwhelming for me. So, my name's Lolli. I live in West Spokane in the town of Olive. I'm married to David, who is helping us tonight. And I'm proud to say is also currently running for our town board. We feel very strongly about giving back to our community. And we have two wonderful children, Mila and Donovan. When David and I started our family, I decided to stay home for several years. I wanted to enjoy as much time as I could with our kids. It was worth it, but it meant bills piled up, and I returned to the workforce several years later, first as outdoor education, an outdoor educator, and then, as I like to say, I became an accidental home care worker. In our rural area, available home care workers are hard to find. It's usually the family and the friends who fill the needs. The rate of pay for care work is in no way reflects the value of home care workers, which makes finding care difficult. I'm currently paid between $11.80 and $12 with no sick time, paid holiday, vacation time, or health insurance. In a rural area like ours, the cost of travel eats into that already low pay. Seriously, I could work at the donut place and be a wonderful place to work, but not what I want to be doing. And I receive better pay working there than I do as a home care worker. I'm lucky. I've lived within 10 minutes of two of my people and within 20 minutes of another. Laura was the elderly grandmother of a friend who just wanted to die in her own home. We were able to make that happen. It was a struggle, but she was able to do that. Dinah, sitting right next to me, is the mother of my best friend Jen, who's somewhere back there. There she is. And also acts as her aide. And still, that's not enough time to help out Dinah. We fought an uphill battle to get Dinah out of the nursing home system, busting down roadblocks thrown at us at every turn. Her daughter refused to be discouraged by sneaking her mom out to see their own doctor. That's a no-no in the nursing home system. And repeated fights to get her off medication that was causing drug-induced dementia. She's now living with her daughter and trying to remain active. Of course, remaining active is difficult when her weekly 8 hours are limited. Zachary planned to speak with me tonight. However, he's going through his own medical emergency and is unable to be here, partly around a little emotional something. In his own words, he writes, on August 24th, 2010, my life changed forever when I broke my neck in a diving accident, which left me as a cervical level 5 quadriplegic. This means I have no function of any of the nerves below the 5th bone in the spinal cord. I use a wheelchair to get around and have decent function in my shoulders and biceps, but otherwise no use in my hands. He's a young and active person with the ability to speak to the injustice and indignity he lives every day as a person with a disability due to our current long-term care model. As his aide, I assist with personal hygiene care, food prep, driving to and from appointments and events, and just being his hands when he needs him. And this is only possible because of the consumer-directed program, as you were hearing. Most of that, and aid through an agency would not be able to do for him. He fears most being placed in a nursing home setting where he loses independence, and he has honestly said he's sure he would die very quickly there. Zach deserves the dignity of living a life that the rest of us go about every day. And I also want to note that at least a couple of his other aides have been here. Owen, are you back there? Owen happens to also be Dinah's grandson, and works with Zach. And we've kind of become big family. When Zach had his own emergency issue yesterday, when I was with Dinah said, we're going over, and she went right in there, and me, and Zach, you know, really have become very close. All these people have been incredible influences in my life. Few jobs are as rewarding and as personal as home care work. Every one of these people is why I'm motivated to see the Caring Majority campaign get off the ground, demanding a dignified and people-centered system for long-term care, as well as appropriate care, so caregivers like me can afford to continue to work in this profession. Thank you guys.